Fox Sports.
We are Blackmore. We are Ohio.
It's definitely special. You know, I had a good dad. My dad always took me to the park. You know, he played softball as I was growing up. I know it's not the same as baseball, but, you know, I was always at the park. I pretty much grew up at the park. I had good parents, and I can't thank my dad enough.
It makes me think about my dad and just how he raised me and taught me to play this game. And he was always there.
He introduced me to this game, so it'll always be a bond between us. You know, we talk a lot about baseball, about other stuff, you know, but as a father, he was a little tough on me, and I thank him for it, though.
My dad, he was the one that introduced me to baseball. I mean, he was the one, you know, that practiced with me every day after school. Coached my teams when I was little, so I mean, I'm thankful for everything he did. I appreciate everything he did.
You know, for me, Father's Day means a lot. You know, it just coming home at the end of the game and just hearing that daddy, it's just it brings that smile on your face, whether you're 0 for 4 or 4 for 4. So it's definitely a special day, and I just want to say I love you, Dad.
From Progressive Field in downtown Cleveland on this Father's Day, the Cleveland Indians will try to avoid being swept by the Tampa Bay Rays. Hi again, everyone. Matt Underwood alongside Rick Manning. Happy Father's Day to all the dads tuning in today. And Rick, you look at the Indians right now where they're at. It's been a frustrating month of June, and the reason is quite simple. The pitching staff owns the third highest ERA in the league, and the hitters, well, they've scored the third fewest number of runs in the American League. I mean, Jason Kipnis can't do it all by himself.
Well, he's been trying to do it by himself. When you go back to May 1st, this guy has just been locked in. He's been on fire. He's getting 3 hits a game, it seems like, every night. He has a 24-game hitting streak in this ballpark with a 500 average, a 15-game hitting streak currently going right now. Kipnis is getting on base. He's not coming around to score a whole lot because nobody is driving him in. When you look at the average with runners in scoring position, a 188 average, you cannot win ball games like that in the American League. The pitching's been sporadic here at the ballpark. Their ERAs run higher here than it is on the road.
Yeah, and the fifth spot on the starting rotation has been troublesome for the Indians this year. TJ House went down with an injury. Sean Markham was ineffective. So now Cody Anderson, a former 14th round pick just 4 years ago out of Feather River College in California, will make his major league debut.
Major league debut, the first time a pitcher's done it this year for the Cleveland Indians. And, you don't know what to expect. You don't know how amped up he's going to be. But he's going up against a Tampa ball club that's playing pretty well right now on the road. They have been awesome.
So we'll see if the Indians can salvage the series finale here today at Progressive Field. And when we come back, we'll be joined by Andre Knott, who has more from the Indians clubhouse on this Father's Day. Cleveland Indians baseball is brought to you by WB Mason, the official office supplier of the Cleveland Indians. By McDonald's, I'm loving it. By your local Toyota dealers. Visit buyatoyota.com. Toyota, let's go places. And by the injury lawyers at Elk & Elk, proud sponsors of the Cleveland Indians. Call 1-800-ELK, Ohio. On this Father's Day here at Progressive Field to witness the series finale between Cleveland and Tampa Bay Indians, trying to get a win to salvage the finale here this afternoon. Matt Underwood, Rick Manning with you. Let's go down to the field to Andre Knott, and let's first say Happy Father's Day to you.
Thank you both. Happy Father's Day to both of you guys. I hope to be as great a father as both of you guys have been so far in your lives.
No, it's no good getting carried away here.
Well, you haven't talked. Let the other guy talk yet. I'm just talking to you. But obviously Father's Day is a big day for all the baseball players and their fathers and their relationships. But for one Indian, it's been a tough year, and Mike Aviles, who's dealing with a lot as his daughter's going through leukemia. But in sitting down and talking to him, he says this is one of his most special Father's Days because of the team he plays for and the commitment that ownership and the team has had in supporting him through his hardships.
Definitely means a lot. You know, since day one, this organization has been unbelievable with the support, and I couldn't ask for any more. You know, there's times where it brings tears to my eyes at night when I'm ready to go to bed because of how much support there is right here. So I can't thank the organization, my teammates, and everybody in all the fans and everything that, you know, have been shaving their heads and doing things for my daughter. You know, it means more than anybody can imagine. And I know for me personally, Father's Day is pretty special. You know, I got 3 little ones, 3 little princesses, and 1 on the way. So, you know, for me, Father's Day means a lot. You know, it just coming home at the end of the game and just hearing that daddy, it's just, it brings that smile on your face, whether you're 0 for 4 or 4 for 4. So it's definitely a special day, and I just want to say I love you, Dad.
Special day for Mike, and happy Father's Day to all the Father's Days out there. Major League Baseball has made a huge commitment with their Major League Baseball Challenge. They've raised over $2 million already, guys, for cancer research, for prostate cancer research. Great day for Major League Baseball. Big day for Mike Aviles, who is so proud and happy that he's in the lineup and able to play on Father's Day.
All right, thank you very much for that, Andre. And certainly everyone keeping Mike in their thoughts and prayers, he and his family, as his daughter Adriana fights leukemia. It's been a very trying time for him personally, but his teammates have really supported him, and the entire organization, for that matter, has done a terrific job of keeping him and his family in their thoughts. And so here we go. The Indians, what a story today. You've got Mike Aviles and that whole backdrop, and you've got Cody Anderson, a young man making his Major League debut on this Father's Day here at Progressive Field. Cody Anderson is 24 years old. He'll get the start. Let's take a look at the lineup he will face for Kevin Cash and the Tampa Bay Rays, brought to you by Toyota. Kevin Kiermaier leading it off. Then it's Joey Butler and Evan Longoria. David DeJesus, Logan Forsythe, and Steven Souza Jr. in the middle, as Dribble Cabrera, Jake Elmore, and Kurt Casale will round it out.
And today's Northern Ohio Honda starting pitcher, Cody Anderson, and you can see the numbers between Akron and Columbus. 13 starts combined, 4-3 record. In Akron, he had a 173, a 2.33 ERA when you move it up to Columbus. But, you know, on the fast track, he's going to have an opportunity. This has got to be the day of his life, man. On Father's Day, he's going to get his first Major League start. You don't know what to expect. Hopefully he can have a nice first inning and maybe settle in, and you can see what happens after that. And, you know, wish the kid good luck. Let's check out the defense behind him today, brought to you by Chrysler. Brantley in left, Bourne in center, Moss in right. Aviles at third, Lindor at short, Kipnis at second, Santana at first, Perez catching.
Toby Bashner will call the balls and strikes today. Tim Timmons at first, crew chief Tim Welke at second. Mike Everett is down at third. So here comes Cody Anderson with an opportunity today that he's dreamed of. Between AA and AAA, very impressive numbers this year. You look at his whole body of work, only averaging 5 1/3 innings per start, but in his last 3 starts at AAA, he was up to 6 1/3 innings per start. There's a first pitch liner. It's short hop by Lindor, and he throws out Kiermaier, 1 pitch. And Cody Anderson has his first Major League out.
That should help him relax a little bit right now, getting that first out. Tampa has scored in the first inning in the first 2 ball games.
Here's Joey Butler, homered in the series opener, 3 for 7 against the Indians. Tampa has been able to score in the first inning in each of the first 2 games via the homer. Butler, a solo shot in Game 1. Evan Longoria, a 3-run homer last night. Caught the outside corner, and it's 1-1. Swing and a miss at that high fastball, and you can see it 96 miles an hour. At the knees, but just a little off the dish.
Starting to relax. That one was at 97, but a good pitch down and away, maybe just a hair off the outside corner.
That fastball off the dish and a full count. Evan Longoria waits on deck, just underway here. With 1 out in the first. And the 3-2 is high, ball 4. Now walk to Butler brings up Longoria. And our keys to the game are brought to you by Wayside Furniture. Looking for some early success for Cody Anderson. Keep the Rays off the board early in this game. And for the Indians offensively, that clutch hit that has eluded them
for quite some time.
Low and away, ball 1 to Longoria. Longoria just 1 hit in the series, but oh boy, was it a big one. Yesterday, that 3-run homer in the first, it just enabled Tampa to sit back and cruise to a 4-1 victory. Strike to the outside corner. 1-1 the count. Another fastball fouled away by Longoria. And it's 1-2. Cody Anderson was mostly an outfielder when he was in high school. Pitched a little bit. But the Tampa Bay Rays saw enough of him that they made him a 17th round pick out of high school. Down low, 2-2. But he didn't feel like he was ready for pro baseball coming out of high school. So he signed on to pitch at Feather River Community College in California. And initially he wanted to be an outfielder there till they saw him try to hit a curveball. And they said, you know, we noticed you have kind of a strong arm. Would you like to try pitching? And he said, had it not been for that, I might have washed out, and who knows where I'd be right now.
Well, that's amazing. And you get to the big leagues and you make your first major league start. That's you just never know.
Strong arm.
The curveball usually separates the men from the boys when it comes to hitting.
Runner goes on a 3-2 pitch. Longoria strikes out, and Perez couldn't get the handle on it. Might have had a good opportunity for a strike him out, throw him out, but it just popped loose when he went to transfer. And now Terry Francona coming out. He's asking if Longoria may have interfered.
Yeah, because if he steps over the plate. But you know what? The catcher has to touch the hitter if there's going to be interference called. And in that transfer, Perez would have had a chance had he held on to it. It'll go as a stolen base, but the catcher has to make contact with the hitter if he crosses the plate. And at that point, I didn't see Perez touch him at all.
And Terry is obviously asking Toby Bassner if he saw any contact. Bassner telling him that he did not. So it'll be a steal for Butler.
You'll see where Longoria comes over in front of the plate, but there's really no contact there. As a catcher, if that happens sometimes, that's what you want to do. You want to make a little contact with that hitter when he's sitting out above home plate, and there's a pretty good chance you can get that call.
David DeJesus batting cleanup with a runner in scoring position here in the top half of the first inning. Takes ball one.
So far, 14 pitches, and I think they're all fastballs. 8 balls and 6 strikes.
There was an off-speed pitch.
Yeah, it looked like a changeup. Twelve of the first 14 pitches have been 95 or above.
High and slicing foul down the left side, out of play.
Yeah, this has been a problem spot for the Indians this year as the number 5 starter. When you look at, who is it, DJ House, Bruce Chen, Sean Markham, they have struggled throughout the course of this year.
Now the 2-1. Bullseye, another good fastball. Two. And a breaking ball got him. Rings him up. Cody Anderson strikes out a pair in his first inning of his major league debut. Now the Indians are coming to bat. Progressive Insurance. Jason Kipnis in the leadoff spot, back at second base today. Francisco Lindor hits second, Michael Brantley third. Then it's David Murphy in the cleanup spot. He'll be the DH. Carlos Santana fifth. Moss moves down to sixth. Then it's Aviles Bourne and Roberto Perez batting ninth.
And today's Northern Ohio Honda starting pitcher is going to be Alex Colomé, who's making his start. He is 3-3 on the year, of .514, making start number 11. The Rays have lost each of his last 5 starts since his last victory, which came May 21st. That was against Oakland. Let's set the defense behind him, brought to you by Chrysler. It looks like this. Butler is in left, Kiermaier center, Souza is in right. Longoria at third, Cabrera at short, Forsythe at second, Elmore is at first. Casale is behind the plate.
Colomé's first pitch is up high, ball one. Jason Kipnis has hit in every game played here at Progressive Field since May the 1st.
You may want to have a little patience with this guy because he has yielded multiple walks in each of the last 5 starts. Prove he can get into that strike zone. He's 1-0 in his career against the Indians.
Up high, 3 balls, no strikes. Arcia in the driver's seat. Jason Kipnis now leading the American League in batting average with that .345 mark. And Colomé finds the strike zone. Big bouncer on a 3-1 pitch, and Forsythe will throw him out 1 down. It's going to bring up Francisco Lindor, who has gone 2 for 8 so far in the series. Our window system's game time temperature is 74 degrees, a light breeze blowing from the left field foul pole over toward the right field corner. Lindor takes a strike. And a chopper to first. An easy play for Franklin, 2 down. We are participating in the home run challenge once again today. Every Indians home run in this game will raise $12,500 for prostate cancer research. You can make a pledge by going online to homerunchallenge.org. Up comes Michael Brantley. Alex Colomé is the nephew of former Rays pitcher Jesus Colomé. Feeling around the club is that he's a guy that pitches better when there's pressure on him. When they had Odorizzi when he was healthy and Drew Smiley was still part of the club, he seemed to pick up his game and really pitch well. When those guys went on the DL, I feel like he maybe just relaxed a little bit too much, and that has held him back.
No time to back off. They have a list of pitchers on the disabled list, but some soon to be coming back.
Brantley shoots it back foul. He came into the season, speaking of Colomé, as the top-rated pitching prospect in their organization. And Brantley's out looking to end the first. No score after 1. Our Levin Furniture player profile on Cody Anderson, a 14th round pick 4 years ago. Feather River Community College, a JUCO, is in Quincy, California, and that's the hometown of Cody Anderson. So he was trying to figure out what to do after, not signing out of high school with Tampa, and decided to stay at home, go to college. And as we said, it was, he wanted to play football. I mean, at 6'4", 220, why wouldn't you? But his mom talked him out of it, and that's when he decided to give baseball a try. But he was thinking more as a position player, playing the outfield.
Yeah. Moms know best.
Yes. He had pitched so well at Feather River, though, that TCU had offered him a scholarship. And so had the Indians not really made a good effort to sign him, he would have gone to college to pitch at TCU. There's a flare to right field and a base hit. Let's go down to Andre, who has more on Cody Anderson and how he got here today for his Major League debut.
Well, how he got here, he got the phone call that he was coming up to the big leagues. And as Rick just said, everybody knows mom knows best. So he went to call his mother. Could not get a hold of her. Tried and tried and tried. So he figured he'd call his dad. And he did get his dad. So they both ended up arriving here. He said he made his dad cry when he told him he was coming here. The other thing he said is he had to work on his flexibility in the offseason. Now he's throwing the ball downhill, and it's helped him propel him to get him to this point. Other thing that stands out about him yesterday during the third, fourth, and fifth inning, he and Roberto Perez sat together and went through every hitter because they had never worked together before. So they're hoping it's by sitting together for a couple innings and kind of looking at the hitters of the Rays that will help them today as he makes his Major League debut.
Yeah, that's certainly very smart. You're looking at the lineup. Hey, I'm going to be facing these guys. Sit with the guy who's going to be catching you and kind of go through it as if you were in that game.
Well, they're both young. They're both rookies. So, if you're the pitcher, you just pretty much listen to what they do.
Aviles with a slick play to get the out at second. And Kipnis tried to turn two, but Forsythe was on top of him as he made the relay over to Santana. They get the force at second, one away.
Get that ground ball. It's going to be a backhander by Aviles. Make sure you get the first one. It's a little low throw, but they wouldn't have had a chance anyway. The ball just wasn't hit hard enough to turn two. They get the lead runner, get the first out.
And it brings up Asdrubal Cabrera. Cabrera 2 for 7 against the Indians in his first trip back to Progressive Field since being traded at the deadline a year ago.
I'm sure those two had an opportunity to talk yesterday going through the dugout. Hey, what do you like to throw? Certain situations, certain hitters. But to me, it looks like he's primarily a fastball pitcher. Haven't seen a lot of the secondary stuff yet, and understandable. Establish your heater, go from there.
Good pitch, fastball inside corner, and it's 0-2. Cabrera didn't like it, but he's in the hole now.
You see, not many umps call that inside part of the play, but it's exactly what Dennis Martinez was talking about last night. You see the guy leaning over the plate, you move him back a little bit, you get him back and forth and keep him off balance. There you go. You get him to reach for a ball out over the plate.
There's one at second. The return throw is in time. A double play. It goes 3-6-1 on the twin killing. Textbook pitching by Cody Anderson gets him out of the second.
at bat on your smartphone or tablet. You can stay connected with live radio broadcasts, stats, breaking news, and more. Download MLB.com at bat, the #1 app for live baseball.
For the Indians here in the second inning, David Murphy, Carlos Santana, and Brandon Moss due up. At the knees for a strike. Just missed. 1-1. Overall, Murphy with a .321 batting average. Here at home, he's hitting .348. Good pitch down and in, and that had some heat on it. Ripped foul. Well, let's hope that the second inning here today goes a little bit like his last second inning. Threw 43 pitches against Washington in the second inning of his last start and gave up 6 runs. Walked 3, which didn't help his cause at all. Murphy got a piece of that to stay alive. Murphy chased one in the dirt, and it hit the ground on a foul tip, he's saying.
Well, the third base umpire helped out. Mike Everett helped out the Toby Basner. See, he's gonna ask for help. It did.
Oh, I don't know. I think they got a break.
Well, he said, I want help.
I think he caught it clean.
Let's see. Might have, but Mike Everett down at third said it. He's yelling at somebody over there.
Mike Everett barking at the Tampa Bay dugout, telling them to pipe down. Look out.
Wow, you talk about just relax. Yeah, that's exactly what relax, pal. You had too much coffee this morning. Man, oh man, take a deep breath and go down. Relax, my friend.
Well, wow. It's not hard to find a monitor in any of these new ballparks. They're hanging all over the stadium. Murphy breaks his bat and fouls it off. But Mike Everett was really tweaked about
Look at him. He took his glasses off. Now he's still going at. He's got his glasses off. He's ready to go. He's ready to fire someone out of here. He might have had a bad night's sleep.
Somebody may not be long for this game.
Well, they better just, it's time for them to be quiet. At least for an inning.
In the meantime, Murphy's still alive with a 1-2 count. And he strikes him out.
Now watch, they'll say something after that swing, and he held on to it.
Second strikeout for Colomé. 1 down here in the inning. Our stat of the game brought to you by Buick. Scoring first, very important for this Indians club this year. When they score first, you see 7-2, but unfortunately only 9 out of 34 games at home have they been able to score first. Carlos Santana, switch hitter. And a strike at the knees. One ball, one strike. Santana just 1 out of 7 in the series. More importantly for Carlos, note here that since June the 5th, he has just 7 hits, equating for a 150 mark over that time frame. Swing and a miss, 2-2. Off the end of the bat, but right at the. Let's see, was that the third baseman Longoria over there?
I believe it was.
And it was Longoria with the shift on who makes the play, 2 down. So Brandon Moss will bat with 2 down and the base is empty.
Well, he was going to go back to third, but he decided to stay right there because you've got Santana and Moss back to back, and defenses play them both identical. They both try to hook the ball and pull the ball, and both of them right now are struggling as a tandem.
Moss takes a strike. Brandon 0 for his last 16. And the count quickly 0-2. That one sailed high, 1-2. He lays off, borderline pitch, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Up and away and a full count.
Let him right back into the count. Had him down 0-2. Now he's back to 3-2.
Mike Aviles would be next. And the payoff pitch is strike 3 called. Indians go 1-2-3, and after 2, we are scoreless in Cleveland.
1,000 fans will receive a replica 95 Mike Hargrove jersey, courtesy of KeyBank. Go to Indians.com for your tickets. 7:10 start. Oh, look at that. There's Father's Day and a bowl full of nachos with jalapenos right there. It had your name all over it, Batty Boy.
Hey, baby. Jake Elmore is 0 for 3 with an RBI in the series. Played the opener, sat out last night. To center field, Bourne. Back a few strides. One down. Injury report brought to you by the injury lawyers at Elk & Elk. Tampa Bay missing James Loney, who's a veteran on this club, along with John Jaso. Desmond Jennings, a talented outfielder.
Boy, you mix that with the pitchers they have out, and it's amazing that they're leading the East, isn't it?
It's astounding. Game ahead in New York when the day began. Casale bangs it to third. Mike Aviles throws him out, 2 down. And Tampa Bay hoping to get a little help from Detroit, who's out front of New York early today, 4-0. They had a game lead over the Yankees coming in. Toronto was 3 back, and then Baltimore 4 back. Baltimore's playing Toronto today, right? I think they're out to an
Baltimore's, yeah, they're crushing them early.
Detroit's now up 6-0 on New York, and Baltimore's up 7-0 on Toronto. Those offenses got started early today. Here's scoreless with 2 outs in the top of the third. And Kevin Kiermaier checks on a ball outside. He grounded to short his first time up.
First time through the lineup. The Rays 1 for 8. But what Anderson did, he had 6 outs on 3 pitches or less.
Mixing in a breaking ball here. Evens the count 1-1. That's hit high and deep to right. Back is Moss. On to the track, makes the catch. And the Rays go 1-2-3 on 7 pitches here in the third. We remain scoreless. Brought to you by Miller Lite. Hope you're enjoying your Father's Day. To all the dads, stepdads, granddads, even father figures. Have a great day out there. And if you've got somebody in your life that fills one of those categories, Make sure you let them know how much they mean to you on this special day. No score, bottom of the third, bottom third of the order. And Arch, see if you can figure this one out. For Colome, the 7, 8, and 9 hitters have given him more trouble than anybody else.
You know, believe it or not, that happens more than you would think with some pitchers. You know, they get through it, and I don't know if maybe sometimes you have a tendency to relax. You said earlier he did when the competition isn't as stiff. You can't relax, you know, at the bottom part of the lineup. That's a big league roster. They can still get you. So it's hard to tell.
Here's Mike Aviles, 2 for 4. In last night's game, he had a couple of singles. Batting .277 on the year. High fly ball, center field. Kiermaier settles under it. 1 away. Time for a Mazda game break. Here's Al Pawlowski.
Hey, Matt. Hey, Matt, Rick. Happy Father's Day to you both. The ball is flying out of the park in New York. First, Victor Martinez for Detroit in the top of the first, a 2-run homer. Then J.D. Martinez, a 2-run homer in the first. 6-1 Tigers. They're in the second inning in New York. Guys?
Thanks, Al, and happy Father's Day to you as well. 7 up, 7 down for Alex Colome as Michael Bourne looks at a ball outside. Bourne 0 for 6 in the series. He's walked a couple of times. Now the 2-0. One hop smash to short. And as Dribble Cabrera throws him out. 2 down.
Well, it's going to be another Sugardale Dollar Dog Night. The Indians will take on the Tigers on Tuesday night. You can enjoy Dollar Dogs and Pepsi products. Go to Indians.com.
Roberto Perez. Checks on a ball outside. Off-speed pitch. In for a strike. It's 1-1. The 1-1 pitch. Checked. He went around. Tell you what, Tampa Bay has been spotless on this road trip. 4-0 so far. So not including today. Their starters have gone 15 1/3, giving up 4 runs. Their bullpen's gone 20 2/3. They've given up 1 run. So the team ERA on the 4-game trip is 1.25. No wonder they're 4-0.
Well, that's how you win on the road. They've been good all year long.
And Colome has been good so far today. First time through the lineup. 9 up, 9 down, 4 strikeouts. 2, 3, and 4 hitters due up for Tampa. Cody Anderson making his major league debut here today for the Tribe, and so far so good. And we want to welcome into the booth now Indians owner Paul Dolan, who's gearing up for another big Velasano event. This is year 2? Or
it's year 2 for Velasano, and I'm wearing the year 2 Indians Velasano jersey. My first time wearing it this year.
And Team Tribe has, what, 60? About 60 members?
I think we're pushing 60 right now, and which is already considerably more than we had last year.
First ball swinging, sky high, pop shallow right. Kipnis looking for it. He can't find it. Moss does. 1 away.
I didn't know. Is there sun up there? I had to look.
So this is quite an undertaking, though, because you're going to bike how many miles?
Well, you have the option to ride anywhere from 12 miles to 207 miles. I'm opting for that 207 miles. But I got 2 days to do it, and we'll overnight at Walsh University down in Canton.
Wow. Rick and I are wondering, is there a 2-mile ride that we could take part in?
You're going 100 miles a day?
A little over 100 miles a day. But, it's a long day. You have lots of time to stop and rest, lots of food. Last year we did something similar. I think I put on weight.
It doesn't look like it. I'll tell you, you look terrific.
Well,
You've been training for it, right?
It's the haircut that I think actually slims you down a little bit.
Now, this isn't something you just hop on the bike and over a couple of weekends you get ready for. This is quite an undertaking.
Well, I mean, in terms of the event itself, it is a significant undertaking that the Cleveland Clinic is driving, and we're proud to be their partners as we search for a cure for cancer, and we raise money to do so. But for people in the community, it's an opportunity to really engage and team up to fight cancer. And it's not too late. There's plenty of opportunity, including getting on a bike. If you haven't been on a bike in 40 years, you can still go find that bike in your basement, and you can ride 12 miles. If you rode a bike as a kid, you can still do it. And I bet you can do 25 too.
Now you're pushing it. If you're talking about me specifically.
Yeah. Well, the nice thing is the 12-mile ride includes a lap in the interior of the ballpark. So you'll come off a boulevard and come down a ramp and ride the warning track around. So it'll be kind of a great experience for everybody to do that.
There's the information right there. Okay. You can get involved by logging on to velasano.org.
That's right after the All-Star break. We'll be in Cincinnati when you're doing that.
And it's a full weekend. The 17th is a Friday night, and we have a big party down at the mall. Live music, food from Zach Brule. It's really a great night. And then on the 18th we ride, and then some of us ride on the 19th too.
Well, you also have something going on Wednesday after the day game here down in the corner bar, right? We got a celebrity bartending thing going on with Tito and some of the guys.
Exactly. For the Indians team, because this is really about raising dollars for cancer research, and every dollar that's raised goes directly into cancer research. And so the Indians team, which is made up largely of people who are not members of our organization but have signed up to join us, will raise money with this celebrity bartending event where 20% of all proceeds and all tips go to this cause, and a lot of the members of the team itself, the players and the coaches, will be the celebrity bartenders.
Well, that sounds like a nice event. You can just stay, and you don't need a ticket to come to Wednesday's game. You can just still come to the event afterwards, right?
That's right. You don't have to go to the game.
Right,
it's after
right.
The game.
You can just show
you
up
and come in here.
You still need a ticket for the game. Oh, yes, I understand that. And if you need one, call me.
Yeah.
Art said just to come on down.
Yeah.
Here's the 1-2 to DeJesus. Hard hit ground ball. That's going to get through. And that's only the second hit allowed by Cody Anderson. You have to be happy with what you've seen from this young man.
Yeah, he's looked great.
Today.
I mean, it's a great story, the way he turned it around. And, it's a great to watch a kid debut on Father's Day with his parents here.
It's got to be a big thrill for him.
Yeah, it's a great baseball event. And it actually ties in nicely to Velasano with Father's Day, too. You see the blue that players are wearing. And, this is prostate awareness time for us, which, Velasano, we're fighting cancer in every shape and form. And, this is the time when fathers particularly should be thinking about prostate and getting their tests.
Well, this is it's always been, baseball's always been a game that has tied generations of families together, particular fathers and sons. And, for you and your dad and now you and your sons, it's a nice generational tie-in with the ownership of the ball club.
Yeah, it's been, and just walking around today, you see lots of fathers and their children. This is a great, great baseball day.
Anderson's 0-1 pitch. Sent to center field. Bourne drifting back. He'll settle under it. Paul, thanks for stopping by. Best of luck with the Velasano event coming up in July.
Good luck, Paul.
Right. Paul Dolan here with us. The Indians and the Rays scoreless. Middle of the fourth. Great clips. And Jason Kipnis has had 60-some-odd games. What has he missed? One game, I think, this year? So 67 games.
Didn't he play in that game, or did he miss the whole game? I don't know, but I'll tell you what. Let me see.
Kipnis has played in 66, so he's missed one game.
Yeah.
He has had a fantastic season, leading the American League in batting average coming in. 15-game streak overall, 24 straight here at home. Indians, second time through the order, will try to solve Alex Colomé. Sounded like he got in on him and broke the bat.
A little bit.
One away. Now Colomé has featured a pretty good fastball, but good off-speed stuff.
Well, he's in total control.
Lindor grounded out his first time up. Upstairs, 1 ball, 1 strike. It seems like you're seeing a trend. More and more pitchers, especially young pitchers. Colomé today, Erasmo Ramirez last night. Guys who barely use a windup. I mean, it almost looks like they're pitching out of the stretch. Carlos Carrasco does, in fact, pitch out of the stretch for the Indians. But even guys
David Price,
who technically use a windup, it's not much of a windup.
Well,
and I don't know if it is just a trend or if it's just based on individuals and what they feel comfortable doing.
I think it's individuals, it's comfort, and there's a lot less that can go wrong than, with the big windups. You can get out of whack, and I think it's to repeat their delivery pitch after pitch after pitch. You know, for guys that have been hit or miss and they don't know what they're doing, if you simplify things, you keep it simple, and everything can go on from there where they can concentrate on less.
Colomé at least gives you a little arm pump action before he...
Well, he gets that started first, and then he starts with his legs. He gets his rhythm going with the arms. There it is, like it's stretched, but then he takes a little half a step and comes at you. But there's no, deception to anything like that. It's very simple. You should be able to pick these guys up easier as a hitter. You know, a lot of times pitchers used to think that, oh, man, deception. You know, you give the windup, you turn your back. You know, you look at a bunch of different things, and you have a hard time picking up the baseball.
Paul Bird. Who's the big guy down in Texas we saw had the big over-the-head?
Hold on one second. I'll think of him. The veteran, something Dorf.
Ross Ohlendorf, yeah. The old-fashioned windup. You just don't see. I mean, those guys.
See, that's deception, to hitters, because now they got to pick up everything. They're looking for your hand. Nowadays, guys don't have that. So you can feel very comfortable in the batter's box. But now I don't know if they lull you to sleep and then all of a sudden, boom, it's on you.
Maybe it's because a lot of these guys are throwing 96, 97. The heck with that deception stuff.
Well, we'll see. It doesn't matter how hard you throw. It doesn't matter. You got to locate it. We know that. They'll catch up to the heater.
The 0-1?
Maybe guys did need more deception back then. I don't know.
Well, Paul Bird's a perfect example of a guy who didn't throw hard. He relied on that command and being able to pinpoint his
Well, he'd give
pitches.
up a lot of 0-2 base hits. He just was a strike machine. He was like Iron Mike, man, the pitching machine that just continued to throw strikes.
The 0-2?
What he did, he made you use the big part of the ball field, though, center field.
Remember Dennis Martinez, who we had on yesterday?
Right.
He had that sort of half turn with the leg kick. He hid the ball late.
You try and hide the ball. You do whatever you can. That's why short armors give some hitters trouble, because it's tough to pick it up, and by the time you do, it's on you.
Chad Oj.
Even though you don't throw that hard.
Upstairs and glances off the glove of Rivera.
Got to let some air out of that glove. That thing popped up and.
Now the 2-2. And Brantley hits a ground ball to second. Forsythe throws him out. 12 up, 12 down. Colomé mowing them down in Cleveland. Honda dealers, by the Cleveland Clinic. Call for an appointment today. And by the game-changing all-new Ford F-150. The future is tough. No score, fifth inning. Cody Anderson in his major league debut has allowed 2 singles. He has struck out 2, and he has walked 1 in 4 scoreless innings.
Well, and 45 pitches, 30 of them have been strikes. So he's been really pounding that strike zone with the fastball, now mixing in this changeup. I haven't seen much of a slider from him to this point. It seems like it's fastball changeup for the most part.
I think he threw 1 to DeJesus and got a called 3rd strike on it. But other than that, I can't remember too many. Wow, Toronto's come back 7-6 Baltimore in
Didn't
the 3rd
take
inning.
long. Well, they can score in a hurry.
Swing and a miss by Souza.
Toronto, you know them. They can put it up, get a couple guys on one swing, and there's 3.
Line drive and 1 hop stop by Kipnis with a dive. Gets up and throws him out. A sensational defensive effort by Jason Kipnis to flag down that screaming liner on 1 hop and then throw him out to start the 5th.
Boy, you want to talk about perfect timing on this dive. This is going to be our McDonald's. I'm loving it. That ball well by him, but he is able to snare that ball going into the outfield. That's really a nice play. Watch how it's by him. And he just extends out, goes right into the webbing of the glove. He gets up and throws him out. Well done. That's right. They make plays like that at the big league level. Got to love that.
Now is Drupal Cabrera, who bounced into a double play his first time up. And going back to that at bat, you had mentioned we talked to Dennis Martinez the day before and how his whole game plan was make him uncomfortable. When they're looking in, pitch him away. When they're looking away, pitch him in. And that's what he did to Cabrera his first time up. This time, though, as Drupal singles through the right side.
Well, the hitters make adjustments, too, as pitchers should. Then they start getting an idea how you may want to go, and Cabrera gets a base hit this time.
So 1 on, 1 out for Jake Elmore, who flied to center his first time up. By the way, in that Toronto game, it was a 3-run homer, a solo homer, and then Batista with a 2-run single, just like that to tie it.
No kid. Oh, gosh. Tie it?
Or to get within 1 run. Back to the mound. And Anderson takes the easy out at first.
Well,
Cabrera was getting down to second in a hurry.
Started the runner. They started the runner right there, so he really only had one option.
AT&T U-verse rewind. Cody Anderson struck out Longoria in the first. Got a double play. He's done a nice job to this point with 2 outs in the 5th, runner in scoring position. Second time today that Tampa has had a runner in scoring position. The batter is Kurt Casale, who grounded to third his only time up back in the 3rd inning.
Tampa 0 for 6 today with runners on base.
During spring training 2 years ago, Kurt Casale had a hole-in-one. When his teammates, Will Myers, Mike Montgomery, they were there to witness it.
What a boy. Probably won him some money.
That pitch just missing. 1-1. Casale came from the Tigers 2 years ago at the end of spring training in a deal for Kyle Lobstein. And the count now 2-1.
Well, that first time up, he swung at the first pitch, and when you're hitting ninth, by the time you get to the second at bat, you're already in the fifth inning. So now he has had a look at a couple of pitches, the 3 in this at bat at least, after he took the called first strike.
And Anderson with a good fastball to even the count of 2-2. "24-year-old Cody Anderson, with a lot of folks back home in Quincy, California, monitoring today's game to see how he is doing in his debut. Low and away at full count.
He's doing just fine. He is doing just fine.
This Father's Day crowd making some noise for Anderson, who tries to put away Caselli. The payoff pitch. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Third K for Anderson. And Tampa leaves a runner stranded in scoring position. To today's game as part of Fox Sports Young Fans Week. Fox Sports Fan Express buses will help take over 1,000 kids to games in partnership with our regional sports networks across the country. Slick Watts is a guest commentator for Tampa television today. Huh?
Look at that.
Look at BA.
Look at, he's got, well, he said he had to do the pregame. It was a little hot down there. White men can't jump, BA.
He got a sweat going, and he needed to break out the headband.
It matches, though, the blue.
It does. He's always been very fashion-minded.
Very color coordinated.
David Murphy struck out in the second inning, leading off the fifth. Murphy cuts and misses, and the count is 1-2. This is not the same Alex Colomé who pitched 5 days ago against the Washington Nationals and lasted 2 innings, giving up 6 runs on 7 hits, walking 3.
Well, the Nationals a little different offense here than the Indians have been. He has 6 swings and misses to this point.
In his 2 starts prior to that, he gave up 1 run each time out against the Angels and the Mariners. Murphy pops it.
Keeping him off balance with the curveball at that time.
Souza in right field has it, 1 down. Send it out to Andre Knott right now, who's in the district.
Thanks, Matt. It is Father's Day, and I've kind of figured out some of the better places to go here in Progressive Field. And the corner is where you want to be, whether it's a weekday or a weekend. Great bars, great atmosphere, great views of the ballpark. And heck, you never know who may pour the beer for you. So come on out to the district, check out all the different bars and atmosphere. And heck, I may even pour you a beer.
Well, I don't want to go where you're pouring because you only pour half a glass.
I'll tell you, I already drank the first half. He went out there to get a free sandwich, too.
Oh, my. Here's Carlos Santana, who grounded to
Bartender,
third.
give me a half.
Yeah. Santana drives one deep right, but foul. Headed for the corner. Cheers.
That might have got Andre. It knocked his glass. That's why it's only half full.
To left field. DeJesus, Butler, makes the catch. Two down for Brandon Moss. Alex Colomé. A 1-0 pitch to Moss. And a foul right back to even the count. Alex Colomé had a rough start to his season. He went down with pneumonia during spring training and spent 6 days in the hospital. There's the 1-1. And that's hit hard. Deep right field. Back is Souza. And makes the catch just in front of the warning track. And the Indians again are retired in order. Showdown against the Tribe as Kyle Ryan takes the hill against Trevor Bauer. Alan Jensen start our coverage at 6:30 with Indians Live right here at Progressive Field. And then we'll have all the play-by-play at 7 on Sports Time Ohio. Top of the order for Tampa here in the 6th inning. Kevin Kiermaier, Joey Butler, and Evan Longoria. And Kiermaier takes a strike. He is 0 for 2. He has grounded out, and he flied to deep right back into third.
Well, for Anderson, the first time through the lineup, 30 pitches. The second time, 28. Very tidy. He's given up just 3 singles. Done a nice job.
Yeah, 2 base runners first time through, 2 base runners second time through. What I like, Rick, is that, we've seen him pitch for a rookie making his major league debut. He established his fastball, and then off of that he started to work a few off-speed pitches in, just enough to keep the hitters honest.
I like that last pitch. 91, a little sinker down and away, had looked like late movement, and he's relaxed now. He in the first inning or two, and rightfully so, it looked like, he's throwing 96, 97, just trying to pump it, and that's for major league jitters, I would think. But look at that right there. Let your defense go to work.
Lindor throws out Kiermaier, 1 away. In-game recap brought to you by your Toyota dealers, and it has been a classic pitchers duel so far. Alex Colomé, 15 up, 15 down through 5 innings. He has struck out 4. And for Cody Anderson, 5 1/3 innings now. He's given up just the 3 hits, 1 walk, 3 strikeouts.
Yeah, these two guys have been dealing.
9 ground ball outs for Anderson. Butler had to move his feet. Nothing wrong with that either. 2-0. Got in on him and really jammed him. Lindor throws him out. Not an easy play because he and Aviles were converging at almost the exact same moment, and Aviles had to try to contort his body and get out of the way and give Lindor some room to throw it.
Yeah, but you know what Lindor did? He went to the backhand side instead of surrounding the ball like you want to do here because he was cramped for room, and Aviles got in his way, so he just went to the backhand side. Get his footwork together and made the throw across to get the out. Nice play.
Evan Longoria has struck out, grounded out. Takes ball 1. Popped him straight up. Santana calling for it. Now Kipnis says, get out of my way, I'll take it. He does. And on 10 pitches, the Tampa Rays go 1-2-3. No score in our T-Mobile game changer. Max Scherzer yesterday. He was pretty good.
It was a great start. His last 2 starts have been unbelievable. Just 1 hit in his 18 innings and lost the perfect game. We were sitting here watching it on television. Boy, that breaking ball, 2 strikes, but still a no-hitter. Great job. We witnessed him pitching in this league for a few years over in Detroit and got a chance to see him many times. And when he's on his game, watch out.
Mike Avila sends one to center field. Kiermaier grabs it, 1 down. I saw somebody writing a story that okay, Scherzer is now the best pitcher in baseball.
Well, I don't know about that. I mean, you may get some arguments. You got Kershaw out there in Los Angeles. You've got some guys that can do. Hey, I'm going to say he's one of the best.
On any given day, every 5 days, he could be.
He's
the
a
best
treat to
pitcher
watch.
in baseball.
He is good. Hey, he's in the top 3, no doubt. It's hard to say anyone is the best because
the best. Yeah, I don't know that anybody's quite carved out that niche yet.
Well, if anybody has, it's the left-hander in Los Angeles. But still, we haven't ever seen him pitch in person. Let's put it this way. There's some good ones out there. He's one of the. But everybody has their opinion. They can say what they want.
In the American League, for example, Sonny Gray has the best earned run average at 1.95 with 8 victories.
He's had a nice year for Oakland. When you look at their numbers, and we know him, fastball, curveball, and he's got the guts of a cat burglar.
Off the glove, and Bourne will be the first Indian to reach today. Got to believe that'll be a base hit for Bourne. It was a hard hit smash that handcuffed Elmore as he went toward the line. And that'll break it up here in the 6th inning with 1 out.
No question. You see the spin on that ball went off the glove. It comes down there, tough hop. He kept his glove down to try and come up, and it goes off. I'm not sure if it hit the heel. It went high off the glove.
It is officially ruled a hit.
Oh, yeah, that's a base hit.
5 1/3 perfect innings for Colomé. Now the Indians have a base runner, their first of the game in the 6th. Picked nicely by Caselli.
Bourne stirs your drink. Bourne stirs nobody's drink but his own.
By the way, we were talking about Sonny Gray. He's the only pitcher in the American League with an ERA under 2. In the National League, Scherzer leading the way, but Garrett Cole, Zach Greinke, all under
I forgot
2.
about Cole out there in that conversation.
1-0 pitch outside. Oh, and Shelby Miller down in Atlanta. Forgot about him.
Well,
he's at 199.
You have the
just
pitchers
under.
hitting over there is a little bit different.
Sure.
This American League is when you have the DH, it's a different league to pitch in.
Perez with a liner to left. Coming in. Butler makes the catch. And back to first goes Bourne. 2 down.
Well, KeyBank Kids tickets start at just $10 for kids 12 and under with the purchase of an adult ticket. Kids tickets are located in the new family deck out here at Progressive Field. So just log on to Indians.com/kids tickets today.
Top of the order, Jason Kipnis. Twice he is grounded to second base here this afternoon. Off the catcher's glove to the backstop it goes, borne down to second. So, a runner in the scoring position on what's either a wild pitch or a passed ball.
Looked like a wild pitch to me. It looked like he held onto it down at the feet of Kipnis. That's a tough play for a catcher when the hitter's got to back out of the way. Tough play.
It is scored a wild pitch, so the Tribe has a runner in scoring position.
Well, they move up a base. Now the only time they've had a guy, first of all, on base, now he's in scoring position.
Good block by Casale.
Go
Looks
ahead
like they're
and walk
going to put Kipnis on now.
Sure, why not? I would. Make the kid beat you. First walk. Yeah, once that guy gets to second base, you're certainly in this lineup the way it's going right now. Not going to let Kipnis beat you. You're going to make the rookie, Francisco Lindor, go up there and do it. And you know what? That's motivation. Young player, you come up and say, I'll teach you to walk him. Come up and get a base hit.
So 2 on, 2 out. And Lindor 0 for 2 on the day will be the batter. You see Casale's doing all the talking as he went out to deliver a message to Colomé.
Well, let's see if they talked about maybe what they're going to throw him first pitch here. If I'm Lindor, I'm looking first pitch fastball. Try and get on it.
Fouled back out of play.
He got it and fouled it off.
Two on, 2 out, no score, bottom of the 6th. And the 0-1 pitch to Lindor in the dirt. Alex Colomé, averaging 27 seconds between pitches, is the slowest worker in the majors. The 1-1. Lindor with a flare to left, but playing shallow is Butler, and he's able to get there to make the catch and end the inning. We've played 6, no score. Visit mykiacleveland.com to learn more. By Levin Mattress, located in all Levin furniture and freestanding locations. And by AT&T UVerse, has more channels on the go than cable. No score, 7th inning. 4, 5, and 6 due up for Tampa. David DeJesus, Logan Forsythe, and Steven Souza Jr. Cody Anderson misses outside, ball 1. I mentioned before that in his last 3 starts at AAA, he'd averaged 6 1/3 innings per start. And here he is working into the 7th in his major league debut.
Well, and the starters for the Indians have been able to go deep into the game. So the bullpen has been rested, and he's into the 7th now, and he's been dealing. Just pitch number 70.
Well, and he's up against a guy who was throwing a perfect game going into the last inning. So he hasn't had any margin for error, and yet he's been able to match Colomé pitch for pitch.
Well, throwing a lot of strikes. After that first inning when he was out there, and I'm sure had the jitters, 72% strikes from the 2nd inning on.
High fastball struck him out. That was good teamwork right there. You saw Perez raise the target up, but not ridiculously high. He just wanted it up, maybe let her high, and that's exactly where Anderson painted it. Bang,
above
right to the mid.
belt. That's a look at it on our Nissan pitch tracker, and it had it on. There's a high strike anyway. So if he doesn't swing, it's going to get called. You would think.
Logan Forsythe, 1 for 2, singled in the 2nd, fly to center his last time up. And an off-speed pitch in there for a strike. Couldn't get him to nibble.
Is it starting to
rain? It is raining. Ground ball up the middle, and it'll be a base hit for Forsythe, his 2nd of the game. Just a little shower. It's over already.
Tell the people that are heading to the cover.
Come on back. It stopped already. Couple of sprinkles. Steven Souza, 0 for 2 today. Robbed of a hit his last time up on a brilliant play by Jason Kipnis. In the dirt. Blocked nicely by Perez. There's a hammer job to left. And stopping at 2nd is Forsythe. So 2 on with 1 out.
In this series, the ball jumps off that kid's bat. When he puts a good swing on it, boy, it has a different sound to it. Listen to this. That's on a base hit. And he had a home run the other day that was awfully loud as well.
Mickey Callaway's going to head to the center of the diamond for a chat. Indians bullpen is going to spring into action. We get Brian Shaw and Mark Zipchinski up We're in the 7th with no score. All of a sudden, Tampa threatening with back-to-back singles. And so 2 base runners in the same inning for the first time today. And the hitter will be Asdrubal Cabrera. Cabrera did damage in game 1 of the series with a solo home run. That was essentially the difference in the ball game. Made it 2-1. Tampa would go on to win it 4-1. They won the first 2 games both by scores of 4-1. Anderson has been able to get a lot of ground balls, and he'd love to get another one right here.
Boy, yeah, get another one right at one of your fielders to get out of the inning. He had 1 double play earlier.
Cabrera hit into it. He's
yes,
banged
he
into
did.
6 on the year, and he takes a little bit low for ball 1.
Your boy.
6 double plays, tied for the team lead. This one's hit to right field, and Moss will make the head-high catch. He hit it hard, but right at him. Forsythe tags and goes to third. Now there are 2 down. And it will bring up Jake Elmore. Jake Elmore fly to center in the 3rd. He hit a comebacker in the 5th. Pitches outside, and that's ball 1. Boston leading Kansas City 1-0 there in the 3rd inning at Kauffman Stadium. Cubs and Twins are scoreless in the 2nd at Target Field. They got a wild one going on in Toronto where the Blue Jays lead the Orioles 9-8 in the 5th inning.
Wow.
Chop towards second. Kipnis has it. He'll go to the bag himself and end the inning. Tampa gets a couple aboard with a couple of hits. They do not score. Stretch time in Cleveland, brought to you by Spitzer Auto World.
pitcher's duel, 0-0 going into the bottom of the 7th inning. And for David Murphy, Father's Day is special for he and his father.
If you look at the game of baseball, they call it the national pastime. It's such a big deal between fathers and sons, and it makes me think about my dad and just how he raised me and taught me to play this game. And he was always there, and that was just looking back on it and having sons now. It's just such a big deal that, I mean, every now and then he had to go away on business or whatever. He wasn't able to make it, but for the most part, he was always my manager. He was there for everything. He was at every practice, every game, and it's just the game is a special bond between he and I, and I'm sure between many fathers and sons out there.
You and I have had a chance both to meet David's father.
Yes, we have.
He's a very nice man and has spent a lot of time traveling around the country to see David play and live out his dream of playing baseball in the major leagues. You and I, though, have just one thing to say to our compadre Andre Knott down there by the Indians dugout, and that is, fill it up, my man. Fill it up.
They count the cups down there sometimes, so I was trying to take
care
of everything.
They don't go by halves, Andre. They go by fulls.
Well, the next time I'll fill it up, and I'll do half, and I'll bring the other half to you two. How about that?
We like it.
I don't think so. I don't think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Michael Brantley, David Murphy, Carlos Santana for the Tribe here in the 7th. Brantley is 0 for 2. He struck out, grounded out. And a roller to second. Forsythe throws about one away. And that'll bring up David Murphy, who has struck out fly to right. I think at times, quietly, because I don't think he's not the kind of guy that's going to be the squeaky wheel. But I think there's been times where David Murphy has probably been a little frustrated this year because he has swung the bat well. Not over his role, but I'm sure there are times where he's probably liked to have played more often than he has. I think he understands the role that he and Rayburn are sharing, but I'm sure there are times where he's thought, man, I wish I could get in the lineup today.
It's a numbers issue is what it is, and he's earned the right to play every day. He hit his way into the lineup, and he'd like to continue to hit his way more, but when you have number issues, before Swisher went on the DL, he needed playing time, and Terry knew it was going to be an issue. He had to work everybody in. You have to get at bats for everybody, and they had an abundance of players for 2 or 3 positions. So, I mean, when you're doing the job and you're getting base hits, you want to get back in there every day. You don't want a day off when you're swinging the bat well, and Murphy swung it probably as consistent as anybody.
2-1 to count. Three balls and a strike. That's the thing with Colomé. Given his last start, he had 3 walks, and he's had some problems at times with walks. But today he's thrown a lot of strikes.
Well, the only walk was intentional. That's when they had a runner in scoring position after getting their only hit, and it was to Kipnis. But there's number 2.
And a 1-out free pass will bring up Carlos Santana. He's walked 11 in his last 4 starts combined. And now Jim Hickey, the pitching coach, is going to come out as Tampa's bullpen is full throttle getting ready. Only 85 pitches made so far by Alex Colomé. But, hey, on some days, Kevin Cash has already made 3 pitching changes by now.
Well, yes, and they've been stressless innings and pitches so far today for him. You look at it, not once has he thrown 100 pitches this year. The closest he came was 99. That was back on May 11th against the Yankees. So, he's right at the end of his line right here, and they know it. Tampa, when they don't overextend their pitchers, they'd rather go to their bullpen. Sometimes you can leave a starter and a hitter too long. It ends up costing you a lot, but Cash has done a good job not doing that.
Yesterday at this time, Kevin was already on his 4th pitcher of the game. Santana takes low, ball 1. He is grounded out. He is flied out. After the very, very brief raindrops, the sun is back out. And a chopper to first. Step on the bag. There's one. Throw to second. Murphy's going to try to get in a rundown, but Cabrera's going to run him down, and the inning is over. 7 in the books. No score. And may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Cleveland Indians. Stay tuned for Indians Live, presented by Conrad's Tire Express and Total Car Care. Coming up next here on Sports Time Ohio. Eighth inning with no score. Cody Anderson's major league debut has been terrific. That was his 83rd pitch, 54 for strikes. "14 of the 21 outs he has recorded came on 3 pitches or less. How's that for efficient?
You gotta love it. He's back out there for the 8th. You can't ask for anything more from a young man making his major league debut. It's terrific. But he's running into the same thing a lot of our starters are, and there's lack of run support.
Well, what was impressive, too, after the back-to-back singles in the 7th, 1 out, look out, here we go. He got his dribble Cabrera rather quickly on a fly ball to right. It was hard hit, but it was right at Moss. That ball's hard hit, too. Casale drives it to deep center. Bourne on the move, makes the catch right on the front edge of the track for out number 1.
Right on the nose, straight away center. Make him use the big part of the ballpark. That was a hanging slider there. Stayed up a little bit, but Bourne has plenty of room to run it down. Get that leadoff man.
Back to the top of the order. And Kevin Kiermaier will face Cody Anderson for the 4th time today. Twice he is grounded to short. Once he is flied out to deep right field. And there's that breaking ball in there for a strike. He's thrown the slider. That was a true curveball. We've seen the changeup, fastball. There's another big curveball, and I think you even saw a little two-seamer at one point.
Yeah. Doubled up on that curveball there. Well, you're going around now for the 4th time. So now you've got to show him everything that you have in the bag.
Down the right field line. Fair ball into the corner. Moss is going to dig it out. And Kiermaier stops at second base with a one-out double.
Well, thought process in that kid's mind's 3 all the way, but that ball bounced right back to Brandon Moss, and he had to pull up the brakes going into second base. But I'm telling you, going down the line, he was thinking 3. He hit that ball so hard it was a hanging changeup. So now the leadoff hitter had a hanging breaking ball. Now there's a hanging changeup, so he might be getting a little bit tired out there.
Mickey Callaway and Terry Francona talking it over in the dugout. Whether they're looking at matchups with bullpen guys against hitters who are coming up, or just talking about Anderson specifically. For now, Anderson stays on to face Butler. Inside ball 1. You know, this all comes down to, depending on what happens in this at-bat in particular. But with Longoria on deck, you've got guys who have faced him in the past. Shaw.
Track records.
So do you like the matchup with Shaw against Longoria, or what Anderson's done against him so far today?
Well, he's getting at the end of his line here. A couple of pitches been upstairs.
Yeah, is the level of stuff that Anderson has, is it still on par? Or is this the tank?
You go to your bullpen. I'm a little surprised he's letting him face him here. You know, it's his first major league start. You certainly don't want him let him get the L here after pitching so well. This could very easily be his last hitter if he gets him anyway.
Two balls, no strikes. And he chopped a 1 low, and it's 2-1.
Yeah, that's not a very good swing for a guy that had the count in his favor. 2-0 count. You want to put a healthy cut on that baseball and get something you like.
Two-one pitch. Swing and a miss. Butler was swinging for the downs.
Yes, he was. Another thing that I'm looking at now, and you look at the velocity of Anderson, and it's down to about 92, anywhere from 90 to 92, where it was 95, 96 starting the game out.
Rick, the thing I noticed about Butler, it talks so much about how he uses the middle to the opposite field. That time he was trying to pull the ball.
Well, he was looking for a pitch, and he got it.
Grounded up the middle. The shortstop, Lindor, cuts it off, throws to first, got him. 2 down. Kiermaier moves to third on the play. And so now, decision time for Terry Francona. And he may just feel like, the kid.
That's his. Well, here he comes.
Or not.
Yeah. Give him a chance.
I thought maybe, look, he'd gone this far, he'd worked this hard, give him one more chance, but he might have been looking at that last at bat the way you and I were, which was he looks like he's out of gas. And a heck of a job by Cody Anderson in his major league debut. 7 2/3 innings of shutout baseball. And he'll go off to a rousing ovation from this Father's Day crowd. Terry Francona makes the Cleveland Clinic call to the bullpen. And it's not Brian Shaw. Did they go to a pinch hitter?
No, what they'll probably do is walk Longoria.
Walk Longoria and go after DeJesus. Okay. So we got a timeout. It looks like Mark Zipchinski's coming on when we come back. Cody Anderson talking to Mickey Callaway after a Major League debut that was just dynamite.
Yeah, what a way to start. What a way to start, Cody Anderson. He's got to be thrilled. His pitching coach, you know his manager and pitching coach are. Went 7 2/3 innings, allowed 6 hits. And right now, no runs. And if they're going to put Longoria on the intentional walk, get out of this thing, it would be a really fine start. He won't have a decision if they get out of it.
As promised earlier, it's Miller time, brought to you by Miller Lite. Cody Anderson, 14th round pick 4 years ago, 24 years old, in his Major League debut here today, 7 2/3 innings. Gave up 6 hits, and the first 5 hits were just singles. A double to Kiermaier here in the 8th, and he's now at third base with 2 down. And now they're going to go to the bench. Tampa will pinch hit for DeJesus. And an interesting choice in that it's Nick Franklin, who's batting .145 on the year.
Well, you know your hitters better than anybody else does, so maybe in a pinch, this is what they're looking at. He likes this matchup better than, obviously, than DeJesus out there.
Checks on the ball down low.
This is Franklin's 0 for 7 as a pinch hitter, too.
Brandon Geyer is on the bench. He's struggled this month. There's a broken bat foul up the first base side. I mean, overall, Geyer's hitting .278, and he's 6 for 19 as a pinch hitter. So he's their best hitter in a pinch. But in the month of June, he's just 6 for 31. So obviously that's why Kevin Cash doesn't go to Geyer. He goes to Franklin. Because Franklin in his last 10 games is 7 for 26 compared to 3 for his previous 43.
Wow.
So he's managing around some serious peaks and valleys.
Well, yeah.
Zubchinski ready. And the 1-1 outside. By the way, J.D. Martinez has homered 3 times today for the Tigers.
Has he really?
Pummeling the Yankees 11-2.
Oh, he's probably just flipping them out the right field porch there.
The 2-1. Up and away, 3 balls and a strike. Franklin awaits the 3-1 from Zubchinski, and he fouls it off to the right side. 3-1 fastball, and he's late on it.
Well, it was up and away, trying to take it that way.
Tenth pitch of the at-bat. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Zepchinski gets a huge K to end the inning. Rays strand a pair. (14). Cody Anderson, 7 2/3 without allowing a run. Scott Lewis went 8 in Baltimore back in 08. Paul Rigdon, boy, I forgot about the big rig back in 2000. El Tiante, complete game shutout against the Yankees. No surprise there, I guess, huh?
Well, no, I guess not. Not the way he had a good career, that's for sure.
Xavier Cedeno will be the batter, or will be the new pitcher for Seattle.
No stranger. He's been in every game.
Every game. Let's see. Yesterday, he worked 1 scoreless inning with a walk and a strikeout. 2/3 of an inning with 2 strikeouts the day before. And a breaking ball in for a strike. Hit hard, center field. Kiermaier on the move. Onto the warning track and makes the catch in deep center for out number 1. Well, we've had some hard hit balls that have gotten to the warning track today on both sides, Rick, but that's been it.
Yeah, I mean, there's been some line drives hit, but right at players, which happens a lot. They've hit a few. He hit this ball right on the nose, but it's to the deepest part of the ballpark. And as we've witnessed in this series, the Rays outfield, they play exceptionally deep. And I mean, more so later in the game, but all series long, they've been very deep.
Strike to the outside corner. Mike Aviles 0 for 2 twice has flied to center. Ground ball right at the shortstop is Drupal Cabrera, who throws out Aviles 2 down. Did you see where the Seattle Mariners, who are the worst hitting team in the American League. Fired Howard Johnson and replaced him
I did.
with Edgar Martinez.
I went home last night and turned on and saw that they hired him, yes.
And Edgar hasn't really been steadily working as a coach. He's worked as a guest instructor for the Mariners, and I know he knows
but he's Mr.
a ton about
Mariner.
hitting.
You know, he spent his whole career there, and if he was going to take a hitting job, it had to be with Seattle, I would think.
But to jump in mid-season like that without...
Yeah. I think that's how desperate they are. You know, that they felt they were going to be much better than what they are at this point.
5 games under 500 going into today.
They did beat Dallas Keuchel last night.
Similar to where the Indians are at, Seattle. I mean, you look at their division and how many games out, and it's a lot like Cleveland and their situation. Indians a little farther back in the standings, game and a half difference there. One ball, one strike. Bourne, 1 for 2 on the day. Waves at it and falls behind a ball and 2 strikes. Seven out of 8 pitches by Cedeno have been thrown for strikes since he came in here in the 8th inning. Boston shutting out Kansas City 2-0 there in the 4th at Kauffman Stadium. Cubs lead the Twins 1-0 in the 3rd at Target Field. And now the 2-2 to Bourne in the dirt. Detroit absolutely pummeling the Yankees 12-2 in the 6th inning. White Sox down 1-0 to Texas. They're in the 4th. Payoff pitch. Bourne strikes out, inning over. We'll go to the 9th. No score in Cleveland. Car care coming up next here on Sports Time Ohio. Well, the Tampa Bay Rays threatened in the 8th inning. Kevin Kiermaier with a 1-out double. And then after an intentional walk, 1st and 3rd with 2 down. And Mark Zipchinski struck out Nick Franklin, a pinch hitter, to get out of the jam. That's been the only real threat, I think, today.
Yeah. Well, that opportunity, the inning before they had 2 runners on, but other than that, it's hasn't been a lot of offensive action here by either team today. Cody Allen coming on for the Indians, 3rd pitcher. As you do when you're at home, a lot of people bring their closer in for the 9th and hope you can score in the bottom half of that inning if he puts up a 0.
Logan Forsythe is 2 for 3 on the day with a couple of singles. He's going to lead it off. Checks a swing, but did he go? He did, says home plate umpire Toby Bassner. That time he might have held up, and the first base umpire Tim Timmons agrees.
Well, he got to look at it the pitch before he couldn't hold up, and he did a good job that time. He thought about it.
Out of play. That curveball got away from him. Almost clipped Forsythe.
Yeah, you can see the spinner. He just gets underneath it. No break to it.
And a foul back. Fastball line to right, a base hit. Mariners get their leadoff man aboard as Forsythe has his 3rd hit of the day.
It's a pretty good approach right there against Cody Allen. Got him to 2 strikes. He missed with that curveball, but then he's going to go inside out, and you can see that ball running inside. But didn't try to pull it, takes it the other way. He has 3 hits today out of the 7 for the Rays.
Checked his swing on the appeal. That time, Tim Timmons said he went around. Steven Souza 1 for 3 today. Falls behind 0-1.
Good call.
Time was called just as Cody Allen was ready to rock. One ball, 1 strike. Forsythe held at first by Santana. No score in the 9th. picked nicely by Perez. Bounce towards short. Lindor will have no play at second. He'll go to first, one down, and the go-ahead run is now in scoring position for Tampa.
Well, they started their runner, just try and get him into scoring position. Felt like they had an opportunity. Job is to hit it on the ground. Souza does. So actually gets his job done. It's almost like a sacrifice bunt. Now Cabrera with an opportunity.
As Dribble Cabrera, 1 out of 3 on the day. His single came back in the 5th inning. And a pitch in for a strike. So far this year, in games that were tied after 8 innings, Tampa is 3-2. The Indians are 1-3. Is it technically a tie if there's no score?
Yes.
The 0-1. Bounced foul.
Tied him up nicely there. Cabrera likes the ball inside a lot of times, but that one it's just above his hands. Right at his hip. There's no way you could hit that ball fair and not crack your bat.
In this series, Tampa does not have a hit to drive in a run that wasn't a homer. They had 3 solo homers in the opener and had a sac fly. Yesterday, a 3-run homer in the first, and then an RBI fielder's choice.
Sort of like what Seattle did when we were up there for 4 games.
All homers or nothing. Cody Allen with that go-ahead run in scoring position. He has his Dribble Cabrera down on the count 0-2. Tampa 1 for 14 in the series with a runner in scoring position. Right at Santana. He'll go to the bag himself. 2 away. Forsythe goes to third. Jake Elmore will be the hitter, 0 for 3 on the day. There's Cody Anderson. His major league debut today was a success indeed. But all he can do now is sit and watch after he went 7 2/3 shutout baseball. He's just thrilled because, you know, Rick, how these things go. When you get your first call up, it might be a start-to-start proposition. There's no guarantees.
Well, he certainly didn't hurt his chances of getting another one in Baltimore.
Not at all. First pitch strike to Elmore. Down in the dirt. Good block by Perez.
That's where when you call for that curveball in a situation like this, man on third base, as a catcher, you better be expecting it in the dirt. He did a nice job just to block it.
Remember the other day, I forget who it was, he called the curveball, and even though it didn't get to him, he was already down in block position. I think whoever it was fouled the pitch off, but you could see him down, glove was in the dirt.
Right.
I think it was Rene Rivera. Well, in this situation in particular, that runner at third base, that is the ball game. 2-1. Good breaking ball. Locked him up, and it's 2-2. Did he go? They appeal. No, he did not, says Tim Timmons. He started, but was able to stop, evidently.
No, that's a good call. Not even close.
Cody Allen comes set on the payoff pitch.
Boy, that's a pretty good at bat.
Oh, he said he went.
Wow.
Elmore throws his hands to the heavens. He can't believe it. Tim Timmons says, yes, you did. And the inning is over. We'll go to the bottom of the ninth. No score in Cleveland. Elmore stunned. Back at our keys to the game, brought to you by Wayside Furniture. Cody Anderson was just terrific here today. 7 2/3, 6 hits, didn't allow a run, walked one, struck out 4, and he got off to a good start too. And the Indians, well, they haven't had any runners, so hitting with runners in scoring position has been a moot point today. They had one hit, and that came in the 6th inning.
Well, yeah, tough to win a game when you get one hit. Maybe they can hit just one walk-off here.
Roberto Perez will lead it off for the Indians here in the bottom of the ninth. He's 0 for 2. Kevin Jepsen, 1 and 4 on the year with a 2.45 ERA. He has 5 saves. 29 and a third innings, 15 walks, 24 strikeouts. Up and away, ball 1. in the hole, base hit. And a winning run aboard to start the bottom of the ninth. And let's see if we get a pinch runner for Perez.
Well, he finds a hole between short and third. You don't know about Gomes' neck.
Yeah.
You know.
Let's go down to Andre. What is the latest on Yan Gomes?
He was not going to play anyway because of the day-night and how the games were situated. But Terry Francona did tell me he's a little sore. He has a sore neck. So if we don't see a pinch runner for Perez, that's why he doesn't want to use his backup catcher today if he doesn't have to.
Okay.
You know, he could also always change his mind when he gets into second base.
True.
You know what
Very
I mean?
true.
He doesn't have to do it right now.
Kipnis checks. It's
I hope
downstairs.
That Kipnis can hit a double and at least get him to third base. But, boy, once again, that Tampa outfield deep, deep, deep.
Kipnis 0 for 2 with an intentional walk. And a base hit into right field. Perez will hit second. He will get to third. Jason Kipnis delivers. Keeps his hitting streak alive at 16 games and 25 in a row at home. And now the Indians have the winning run just 90 feet away.
Yeah, no reason to pinch run now. Well, nice job by Kipnis to find the hole between first and second, and an easy play for Perez to get to third base. The base hit into the hole. He can go to third easily. The Indians are 90 feet away from walking this one off.
Indians looking for their first walk-off win of the season. Jason Kipnis keeping the streaks alive, and Francisco Lindor will have a chance to be the hero here today. He's only been up for a week. He was promoted from AAA Columbus 1 week ago today. He has grounded out twice and flied to left once. Tampa will bring the infield in. A little surprised that the outfield's not all the way in as well.
They should be in a lot closer. Even though Perez, they really should be. I know Perez is not that fast, but you got to be in a little bit closer, you would think.
Swing and a miss. Kipnis runs down to second uncontested.
This is an out that Tampa really needs. If they can get this out without him scoring, they can walk Brantley. But the crowd wants to see this one end right here, and what a time it would be for Lindor. Get his first game winner.
Up high, he lays off. It's 1-1. Kevin Jepson gave up a leadoff single to Perez between third and short. Kipnis singled in the hole on the right side of the infield, sending Perez to third. And now Lindor trying to win it. The 1-1. Swung out and missed. Nobody out in the bottom of the ninth. Lindor awaits the 1-2. Bounced it in front of the dish. And Casale with a good stop. Man, he just barely got the shoulder on that one.
Yeah, he went to smother it. He was going down. There's no way that thing was getting underneath him.
Lindor showing good patience in this at-bat. Got the count back to even at 2-2. Line drive left field. Butler makes the catch. Perez can't score. Boy, he got off a rocket throw to the cutoff man, Longoria. Lindor just hit it so hard that by the time Perez got back to the bag, Butler was already unloading the ball.
Well, yes, just not deep enough. It was a line drive. He had 2 strikes. Back goes Perez, but there's nothing you could do, especially with nobody out. With 1 out, you may try, but now you walk Brantley. And then you have to deal with David Murphy, I would think, with the bases loaded.
So Tampa will intentionally walk Michael Brantley and load the bases for David Murphy. That ball came over the plate, but it was low. Look at Casale. He's like, way over here. See my glove? Be like a scene out of The Natural with Robert Redford. Go out there and hit it anyway. Ball 3, and there is David Murphy, who, ironically enough, delivered the Indians' last walk-off win here at Progressive Field. It came on September 5th last year. Watch this first pitch from Jepsen again. This is supposed to be out where the catcher is. Look where it goes. Oh, my goodness.
That was a strike.
It's right down the middle of the plate.
That looked like a strike from that angle, didn't it?
Probably
Boy,
fooled the
Brantley
umpire.
should have taken a whack at it.
So, bases loaded, 1 out. David Murphy at the plate. 0 for 2 on the day. One of the Indians' best hitters on the year with runners in scoring position. Up high, ball 1. He's also a perfect 1 for 1 with 3 runs batted in this year with the bases loaded.
Not many people can say that for the Indians when it comes to bases loaded.
As a team, 151 the average. Infield in. Bases juiced. 1 out. The pitch high, 2-0. Murphy knows the heat is on Jepsen, and he's going to wait till he comes into him.
Yeah, it is. It's on the pitcher here. He has to make a pitch.
There it is.
Taking it all away. That's all right.
No score. Bottom of the 9th. Bases loaded. 1 out. Murphy at the plate and the 2-1 pitch. Outside 3-1. Now everybody up on their feet. Just shy of 21,000 here on this Father's Day. They're roaring now. Murphy sends a fly ball center field. Kiermaier sets up. Perez tags. He's coming home. Here's the throw to the plate. He is safe. He saved the ball, popped loose, and the Indians win it. Their first walk-off win of the season, courtesy once again of David Murphy and some fast footwork by Roberto Perez. 1-0 is the final score as the Indians avoid the sweep, beating Tampa here this afternoon. What a thrilling finish.
Boy, I'll tell you, that was a good throw. It looked like the ball beat him. And then all of a sudden, I don't know if the catcher